Hello friends, this is another lecture on application of partial differential equation, method of separation of variable. Today we will discuss a phenomena of vibrating spring, that is vibrating spring means wave equation. So for this we have to take one problem based on this. Obtain the solution of the wave equation del 2 y over del t square is equals to c square del 2 y over del x square using the method of separation of variables. So let it is equals to 1. As solved this type of problem in previous lecture, we will start same as, that is we have to let a solution in term of t and x where capital T and capital X are the function of small t and small x only. That is, let its solution be y equals to capital X into capital T, where capital X is the function of small x only and capital T is the function of small t only. So we have to differentiate partially equation number 2 with respect to small x and small t. What do we get? Del 2 y over del small t square is equals to capital X d2 capital T upon d small t square. As stated in the previous lecture, capital T is the function of small t only. So if we differentiate it partially with respect to t, or if we differentiate it normally with respect to t, then the value remains unchanged. So we replace this partial into normal differentiation, capital X into d2 capital T upon d small t square, and same as del 2 y over del small x square is equals to capital T d2 capital X upon d small x square. Now putting in equation number 1. Putting in 1. What do we get? Del 2 y over del t square, that is capital X d2 capital T upon d small t square is equals to c square capital T d2 capital X upon d small x square. Now we have to separating the variable. So 1 upon c square capital T d2 capital T upon d small t square equals to 1 upon x d2 capital X upon dx square equals to k. Left. That is first, second and third. From first and third, and on the other hand from second and third. So from first and third, 1 upon c square t d2 capital T upon d small t square is equals to k, or we can write it as d2 capital T upon d small t square is equals to c square k capital T, or minus equals to 0. Same as 1 upon capital X d2 capital X upon dx square is equals to k, or we can write it as d2 capital X upon d small x square minus k capital X equals to 0. Both are ordinary differential equation with constant coefficient. So we have to solve these by the general solution, that is we have to find complementary function, particular integral. So for this we have to replace d upon dt equals to capital D, and here also d upon dx equals to capital D. So d square minus c square k capital T equals to 0, and d square minus k capital X equals to 0. Here three cases exist. So case first, when k is greater than 0, that is k equals to p square, then d square minus c square p square capital T equals to 0, and d square minus p square capital X equals to 0. For auxiliary equation we have to replace d by m, then put LHS equals to 0, the bracket of LHS equals to 0, so we get m equals to plus minus Cp, and here m square minus p square is equals to 0. So m equals to plus minus p. So CF is equals to C1 e raised to power PCT plus C2 e raised to power minus PCT. And from here CF is equals to C3 e raised to power PX plus C4 e raised to power minus PX. And in both cases Pi is equals to 0. So both cases GS is equals to CF plus Pi. So we get from here capital T equals to C1 e raised to power PCT plus C2 e raised to power minus PCT. And from here we get capital X equals to C3 e raised to power Px plus C4 e raised to power minus Px. So on putting capital T and capital X in equation number 2, we get y equals to C1 e raised to power PCT plus C2 e raised to power minus PCT into C3 e raised to power Px plus C4 e raised to power minus Px. Case 2, when k is less than 0, that is k equals to minus p square, then we get d square plus c square p square capital T equals to 0 and d square plus p square capital X equals to 0. So for auxiliary equation, put d equals to m, then equate to 0 the bracket of LHS, we get m square plus c square p square is equals to 0. From this we get m equals to plus minus ICP. And from here m square plus p square is equals to 0. So m equals to plus minus IP. So CF is equals to C5 cos CPT plus C6 sin CPT, and Pi is also equals to 0. And from here CF is equals to C7 cos Px plus C8 sin Px. Also Pi is equals to 0. So GS is equals to CF plus Pi, or capital T is equals to C5 cos CPT plus C6 sin CPT, and capital X is equals to C1 cos Px plus C8 sin Px. On putting T and X in equation number 2, we get y equals to C5 cos CPT plus C6 sin CPT into C7 cos Px plus C8 sin Px. It is equation number 4. Case third, when k is equals to 0, then from this particular condition d square capital T equals to 0, and from this condition d square capital X is equals to 0. So for auxiliary equation, put a d equals to m, then equate to 0 the bracket of LHS, that is m square is equals to 0 and m square is also equals to 0. So m equals to 0 0 from both the conditions. So from this condition CF equals to C9 plus C10T, and Pi is also equals to 0. From this condition CF is equals to C11 plus C12x, and Pi is equals to 0. So GS is equals to CF plus Pi, or capital T is equals to C9 plus C10T, and capital X is equals to C11 plus C12x. So on putting T and X in equation number 2, we get y equals to C9 plus C10T into C11 plus C12x. So this is equation number 5. Now we have to identify which is most appropriate equation or most appropriate solution for this particular condition. So this is the problem of vibrating string, that is wave equation. And wave follows a path just like sine and cos, sine x and cos x. So equation number 3 is not included any trigonometric function, and equation number 5 is also not including any trigonometric function. Only equation number 4 included the trigonometric function. So this is the most appropriate solution for this particular problem. So from now we will directly take minus p square in place of small k in the next examples. So this is the second question. A tightly stretched string with fixed endpoints x equals to 0 and x equals to pi is initially at rest. That is what it means. Okay, y equals to 0 at x equals to 0 and x equals to pi. Another, initially at rest in its equilibrium position. If it is set vibrating by giving to each of its point at initial velocity del y over del t at t equals to 0 is equals to 0.03 sin x minus 0.04 sin 3x. Then find the displacement yxt at any point of a string at any time small t. So here in this particular problem it is already given that we are dealing with vibrating string, a tightly stretched string with fixed endpoint. So what is the standard equation of wave equation? That is, wave equation is del 2y over del t square is equals to c square del 2y over del x square, which this is the standard equation of wave equation, and we have some initial boundary values at this particular time, that is y equals to 0 at x equals to 0 and y equals to 0 at x equals to pi, and del y over del t equals to 0, 0 is equals to 0.03 sin x minus 0.04 sin 3x. At initial time t equals to 0, what should be the value of y? At t equals to 0, y is also equals to 0 because it is in the rest. We have a wave equation del 2y over del t square is equals to c square del 2y over del x square and 4 initial boundary conditions, and we have to find the displacement yxt at any point of the string at that time t, that is we have to find the value of y. So we have to start this just like previous problems, that is we have to let y equals to capital X into capital T is the solution of this particular problem, and solving just like the previous problem we get 3 solutions, 3 cases, case 1, case 2 and case 3, and we are dealing with wave equation. So the case second, when k is equals to minus p square is the most appropriate, so we can directly take from previous problem y is equals to c1 cos cpt plus c2 sin cpt into c3 cos px plus c4 sin px is the solution. Let it is equation number 3. आपको ऐसा नहीं करना है, आपको अगर कोई क्वेश्चन दिया है तो आपको फिर पूरा सॉल्व करना है. मैं तो कंटिन्यूअसली आपको पढ़ा रहा हूं, इसलिए मैंने प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन से इस सॉल्यूशन को डायरेक्टली ऑप्ट कर लिया है. सो at this particular time, at this particular stage, we have to verify these initial conditions. So at first condition y equals to 0, x equals to 0 in equation number 3. So 0 is equals to c1 cos cpt plus c2 sin cpt into cos 0 1 sin 0 0, that is c3. So this particular bracket cannot be equals to 0. If this is equals to 0, then entire y will become 0. So we can take only c3 is equals to 0. So put in equation number 3. We get y is equals to c1 cos cpt plus c2 sin cpt into c4 sin px. This particular condition we have used. Now either put y equals to 0 at x equals to pi or y equals to 0 at t equals to 0. So let it is equation number 4. So at y equals to 0 and x equals to pi. So 0 is equals to c1 cos cpt plus c2 sin cpt into c4 sin p pi. Now we cannot put this entire term is equals to 0. So we can only put this sin p pi is equals to 0. So from here sin p pi is equals to 0, which is equals to sin n pi, or p pi is equals to n pi, or we can write p equals to directly n. So put in 4. So y is equals to c1 cos cnt plus c2 sin cnt into c4 sin nx. Now this is equation number 5. Now at t equals to 0, y equals to 0. 0 is equals to cos 0 1 sin 0 0, that is c1 into c4 sin nx. So from here c1 is equals to 0. Put in equation number 5. We get y equals to c2 c4 sin cnt into sin nx. This is equation number 6. As stated in the previous lecture that this is a Fourier sine series. So we can take this entire function as sigma bn. So we can write this by as sigma n equals sigma bn sin cnt sin nx. So this is equation number 6. Now this condition also exists. Del y over del t at t equals to 0 is equals to 0.03 sin x minus 0.04 sin 3x. Differentiating partially with respect to t. So del y over del t is equals to sigma bn sin nx into the differentiation of this particular term minus cos cnt into cn. So at t is equals to 0, del y over del t is equals to 0.03 sin x minus 0.04 sin 3x. 0.03 sin x minus 0.04 sin 3x is equals to sigma bn sin nx into minus cn, because cos 0 is 1. So from here what we have to replace, that is this sigma governs from n equals to 1 to infinite. So if we open this particular sigma, what do we get? Minus cb1 sin x minus cb2 sin 2x minus 2cb2 minus 3cb3 sin 3x and so on. So on comparing coefficient of sin x, sin 2x, sin 3x both sides, we get minus cb1 equals to 0.03 or b1 equals to minus 0.03 upon c. b2 is equals to 0 minus 3c B3 equals to minus 0.04 or B3 is equals to 0.04 upon 3C and rest will be 0. So on replacing all these B1, B2, B3 and so on in equation number 6, y equals to B1 sin Ct sin x plus B3 sin 3Ct sin 3x, and on replacing B1 and B3, what do we get? Minus 0.03 upon C sin Ct sin x minus plus 0.04 upon 3C sin 3Ct sin 3x. So this is the required solution for this particular problem. In next lecture, we will study another some problem based on this particular phenomena. Hope you understand the content of this particular lecture. If you like this lecture, then like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.